Good morning and welcome to the Fairy Coach Tarot channel. My name is Raquel. Thank you for being here. Today is Sunday, and on Sundays we have an energy forecast for the week ahead. And today we're looking at from Monday, August 3rd to Sunday, August 9th. And we will look at the beginning of the week, middle of the week, and end of the week, and what it all comes out to together. What's the general message? And we have our three fairies, the pink, the blue, and the yellow. And these three decks we have here with you today. So, to get started, we begin by grounding, centering, and connecting with the breath. And then you pick your deck and we read those energies. So I suggest you are in a place where you're not going to be disturbed and that you can focus on the video and we can connect energetically. So let's begin by grounding, centering, and connecting with the breath. Sit in a comfortable position. Roll those shoulders back and move gently the neck from side to side and front to back. All right, now let's take a deep inhale in through the nose. Hold and gently exhale. Always we try to elongate that exhale, right? To make sure we release all tension, everything that does not belong to us. So let's take another deep inhale in through the nose. Hold and exhale. All right, now that we have connected with each other and with the breath, pick the deck or the fairy that calls you intuitively without thinking. Ready? All right, let's begin with our pink fairy. And here we go. Let's see what the pink fairy has for us. We're going to, let's get those cards, move them around a little bit to wake them up, and set the intention. Let the cards and spirit know what it is that we want. Please give us guidance, advice, insight into our week, the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week. And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. All right, let's get the message. 2 cards for the beginning of the week. Now let's see the middle of the week. 1 card for the middle of the week and the end of the week towards the weekend. Another 1 card. All right. Let's see who answers our call for the beginning of the week. And we have the 7 of Pentacles and the Knight of Wands. All right, what a beginning of the week. So the 7 of Pentacles brings that energy of effort, right? Of knowing that you've been putting effort towards something. So towards that thing that you really want, even the thoughts and the wanting of it, it's putting effort towards it. It's like an energetic effort, right? And what this card is telling you, the energy says that what you want is flourishing. So even if you don't see the results of what you want, of the effort you have put behind it, my apologies. I had to stop the camera for a second because I almost fell over. So I was letting you know that the 7 of Pentacles, it is telling you that the energies are showing that what you really want, those things that you've been working on or have been that you really want or have put your desires into, they are simmering right now. So even if you do not see the results, it does not mean it is not happening. It is on their way, right? So it's telling you the beginning of this week, things are simmering up. And what it's asking is for you with this Knight of Wands to take a little bit of action towards what's important for you. What do you really want at the beginning of this week? Ask yourself this. What do you really want right now at the beginning of this week, right? And know that even that energy is simmering, so it's almost there, but also it is advising you for you to take a small step towards also what you want. As a step, an intentional step forward, but know that even if you don't see results towards the things that you want, it is working. The energy there is working on your behalf. Now, towards the middle of the week, we have the Six of Pentacles, and look how many pentacles we have. And the Six of Pentacles is all about giving and receiving. So the energy towards the middle of the week is an energy of an exchange, right? It is an exchange of energies. So this card is letting you know, first, to really self-reflect on what energies you're putting out there, right? To practice generosity and putting out there what you want, as it will come back to you. So that exchange in energy with anybody that's around your life. Remember that everything that we put out there, eventually it comes back to us. So it's the law of balance, right? So this Six of Pentacles asks you to reflect on that. And also it is asking you, where can you be a bit more generous, right? So that does not necessarily mean financially, but it could be with your time, with helping someone else. So this is important towards the middle of this week. So it is all about balance, generosity, and questioning what it is that we're putting out there. All right, and towards the end of the week and weekend, we have more pentacles, and here we have the Eight of Pentacles. And the Eight of Pentacles is a step up from that Seven. And the Eight of Pentacles is letting you know that towards the weekend, things that you've been really wanting, they are beginning to bear fruit. So while here at the beginning of the week, they were simmering and you had the cards advise you to take a step forward, and then towards the middle of the week to be generous with your energy, and also look at those exchanges that you have with others. Towards the weekend says things are starting to bear fruits. What means is that there is an abundance of energy towards what you want. So good for this weekend to be on the lookout for signs of the things that you want to beginning to manifest, right? Or for you to be able to reach out even more towards those things that you want, because the energy says it is beginning to bear fruits. So we have a lot of pentacles for you this week. Pentacles is that earth element, right? And it's telling you, here we have a 7, a 6, and an 8. So there is an energy of things working on your behalf energetically, those things that we do not see. However, it may not be manifesting completely, but it is saying things are growing, things are simmering, your efforts are not in vain, and you may start seeing the fruits of your efforts towards the end of the week. Remember to mind your exchanges, those exchanges of energy. Be generous and take even small steps, mostly at the beginning of the week. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, as there may be someone who needs to hear it. And remember, this is a general reading for the collective. So if you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, I offer private tarot sessions that can be done from anywhere in the world. So you can go to the links below that in the description, that is my website and my Gumroad storefront, to book your private session or even get a pre-recorded reading. Now let's look at the Blue Fairy for those of you who picked that deck. And here we have our Blue Fairy. All right, let's look at that Blue Fairy. All right, let's move these around a bit. Oh, bear with me. There we go. All right, let's set the intention. All right. Please give us guidance, advice, and insight into our week, the beginning of the week, the middle of the week, and the end of the week. And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. All right, let's see the beginning of, ooh. All right, we have a card that just jumped out. So we have the beginning of the week. Now the middle of the week. Let's see. All right, 2 cards for the middle of the week. And now let's look at the end of the week. And 2 more cards towards the end of the week. Let's see, how do we begin the week? And we have the 8. Look at this. Not the 8, Major Arcana 13, I'm sorry. So Major Arcana 13, here we have what would be considered in traditional Rider-Waite-Smith the Death card, all right? So I'm sorry, I thought it was a V instead of an X. So it's Major Arcana 13. So what is this telling us about the energies at the beginning of the week? So Major Arcana, major advice, there is transformation is in the air. So big changes are in the air. That means that the energies are saying something is being let go of, something is maybe falling out of your life. There could be something that has run its course, and all of this is because it brings a transformation, it brings something new, right? Now, because it is that Major Arcana 13, it is asking for you to decide what is it that has run its course in your life. What is something that needs to be released, to be let go of? So, what would you say that right now is something that has come to an end, right? That by letting go of that, there is new energy coming in. So at the beginning of the week, really, I would say Monday and Tuesday, look at those things that you feel have run its course. And then the energies are asking you, it's time to release it. It could be people, situations, habits, right? Anything that it's time to release, time to let go of. And this will transform the energies around you when you're able to close that door, to let go, to cut that out of your life. When you're able to let go of that, then it will bring that transformation, because new energy will be coming into the place of that thing that took a lot of space. And again, that could be people, relationships, situations, jobs, habits, right? Anything that you are ready to let go of and release the beginning of the week, it's beneficial for that. Now let's look at the middle of the week. And look at this. We have the 9 of Pentacles and the 2 of Swords. All right, so the 9 of Pentacles, it is this card of abundance, really abundance. And what is that telling us about the energies around us during this time? So the middle of the week, there is a lot of abundance around us. It is a very positive card that says that things that we want, things that we've been working towards, things that we are desiring right now, they have the potentiality to be manifested. It is that earth element, it is pentacles, and it is asking you, what is it that, knowing that there is all this abundance of energy of abundance around you, what are those things that you want? What are those things that would make you happy, right? But it's also asking you for you to be generous with your energy and with others, right? So it is an abundance of energy towards those things that you want, but it is coming with also for you to be generous. So, what are the things that you want right now, knowing that that abundance is around you? And how can you be more generous in your life towards others or even towards yourself? And this Two of Swords is saying during the middle of the week, there will be also that time to make perhaps choice or a decision that will be hard to make because you do not have all the information. So it's letting you know that in towards the middle of the week, if you're being asked to sign something or to make a decision or to make a choice about something, to hold on, not make it yet because you may not have all the information. So hold on. It is sword, so it is that air element. Ask more questions. Find ways to gain more clarity, right? And even have conversations that will lead you to clarity, but do not make decisions or choices or things too fast without having all the information you need. All right. So, the middle of the week, there is a lot of abundance in the air that is asking you, what are the things that you want, knowing that there is an abundance in the air? And also, do not make any decisions or any choices without having all the information. Ask questions and make sure you gain clarity. And towards the end of the week, what do we get? We get the Seven of Cups and the Four of Wands. Beautiful energy to end the week. The Seven of Cups, that it is a card that it is the water element, by the way, so it's emotions. It is a time for you to really look at the options in front of you, the things that are the possibilities in your life, the things that bring you joy and that get those emotions going. Look at them. Really think about the options and the choices that are in front of you. And then make decisions based on what creates a good foundation and stability towards the things that you want. Again, the end of this week, it is a time to really reflect on the options and the choices that are in front of you, and to make decisions or take steps towards things that give you a stability and bring a good foundation for what you want in the future. All right? So let's recap about your week. The beginning of the week, all right, there is the need of transformation. There is a need of allowing new energy to come in, and you will do that by releasing something that has run its course in your life. Again, it could be people, relationships, jobs, situations, or habits, or things that you are just tired of carrying. By doing a release of that, you let new energy come in that's going to transform things around. Now, towards the middle of the week, things start to change, and there is an energy of abundance, right? So really reflecting on the things that you want right now, and also to put that extra out there, to be generous with people, because the more generosity you bring out, it's the more abundance you're calling in. Now, the middle of the week is not a good time to make decisions, to make choices, or to sign anything unless you have a lot of clarity. You gain clarity by asking questions. Do not be afraid of asking questions at this time. Anything that brings you clarity. Towards the end of the week, it's all about seeing the choices and the options and the path that open up in front of you, seeing really what makes you happy, and whatever choices that you make, it could be towards relationships or towards anything, make sure that those choices are to give you structure, stability, and to build good foundations, right? It is one, so it is that fire element. So remember to be intentional. But the end of the week is all about good stuff, but you making sure that you are creating good foundations for what's going to be coming, what's moving forward. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video, as there may be someone who needs to hear it. Remember, this is a general reading for the collective. Take what resonates, let go of the rest, and if you want us to look more in depth at your particular situation, I offer private tarot sessions that can be done remotely, virtually, from anywhere in the world, as well as pre-recorded readings. The links are below in the description. You have my website and my Gumroad storefront, and you can always reach out if you have any questions. All right, let's look at the Yellow Fairy for those of you who picked that deck. And here we have our Yellow Fairy. All right, here we have our Yellow Fairy and this cute little deck. Let's move the cards around, give it a little knock, and set that intention. Please give us guidance, advice, insight, a look into the energies of our week, the beginning of the week, middle of the week, and end of the week. And we ask in love, in light, for our highest good. And so it is. Let's see for the beginning of the week what we get. One card. The middle of the week. Ooh. Let's just, because they were falling but not jumping. It's different if they fall than they jump. Let's see. All right, please, the middle of the week. All right, here. And the end of the week. End of the week. And we got 2 cards for the end of the week. All right. Who answers our call at the beginning of the week? And we have the 6 of Swords. All right, the 6 of Swords. Here we have the air element. And the 6 of Swords is a card of moving away, moving from things that could be challenging right now. So this card is saying, all right, if there is anything that makes you uncomfortable, anything that's challenging, anything that's hard at this time, move into something that feels calmer. Do not engage into battle. Do not engage in arguments. Instead of this, prioritize your peace and getting being more calm, right? So moving away from those things that seem to be more challenging, darker at this time, right? It's also asking for you to examine any thoughts that are bringing you down. Instead of that, really push towards anything that brings you calm. And the advice here is not to engage in arguments, discussions, or anything that's conflict or friction, but to move away from all of that into feelings that are more calm. It's not a good time to be in conflict at the beginning of the week. The middle of the week, we get the Two of Cups. The Two of Cups is that wonderful card about relationships, strengthening bonds, right? We have cups that it is water, it is that emotions. It's also intuition cups. But here, the Two of Cups is telling you that the middle of the week, it is a good time to strengthen bonds with people. That means that spend time with people that are important, strengthen those bonds with people that you care very much about. It could be in your personal relationship, within members of your family, or even friends. So it is about trying to be there and reaching out and doing things, even if it's just like going out for dinner, for coffee, or just doing something that feels good at home, having conversations that are heartfelt, right? So the energies say good time to strengthen bonds with people that are important for you right now. Now, what about the end of the week? And for the end of the week, major arcana, major advice, we have the Strength card and the Priestess of Wands. Look at that. So, what are these cards telling you? So, the end of the week is coming strong with that Strength card, right? So, what is this saying? That there may be situations towards the end of the week that are going to feel like they are testing you, right? Testing your patience, testing how you exercise that self control. That there could be situations that are, yes, more difficult, right? Or people that are just seem to be poking at you. So the Strength card advises you to exercise self-control, right? And to not let outside circumstances shake your ground. Instead of that, exercise self control. You got this. You can handle what the outside is bringing in, even if you feel you're being poked or you're being attacked or things are falling out of place. No, you can handle it. And what's more, it's not only that you can handle it by exercising self control, is that you being intentional and being very grounded and very intentional, you can redirect the energy. You become like an alchemist emotionally and for the situation. All right. So let's read it all together. So this week for you, the beginning of the week, it's telling you to move away from discussions, arguments, or anything that feels challenging, right? Prioritize your peace in the beginning of the week. The middle of the week calls to strengthen bonds, either with your significant other, with a member of your family, with friends, but just having heartfelt conversations, spending quality time with someone. It is about strengthening bonds. And towards the end of the week, there may be some situations, some the energy saying that could test you. So remember to exercise self-control and be very intentional with the way you respond and with your actions, all right? Because you can change the situation or the circumstances that look dark and change them by being intentional. All right, I hope you enjoyed your reading. Give a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and share this video as there may be someone who needs to hear it. And remember, even if this is a reading for this particular week, doesn't matter if you're here, it's for a reason. So take whatever resonates. There may be a message you need to hear it, even if you're watching this video from some time in the future. There, you're here for a reason. And remember, if you want a private tarot session with me, I offer sessions virtually that we can do over the phone, video call, or even chat, right? And we have 15 minutes quick check-in, a 30-minute sweet spot session, or an hour in-depth session, right? So just reach out if you want information, or go to the link on the description. That's my website or my storefront, where you can book your session directly. And if you prefer a pre-recorded reading, I offer video pre-recordings or audio that gets sent directly to your email. So as well, go to the link on my website or my Gumroad storefront. And subscribe to the channel, get those notifications on. We have something for almost every day of the week. And tomorrow, Monday, we will look at work and career tarot to see what energies are around work and career. All right, you have a lovely rest of your day. And remember, be good, gentle, and kind to yourselves and to each other. And brightest blessings your way. Bye bye.